Hello, BookTube. All right, well, after a little delay, we're back down in puppy territory to continue this endless library tour. so there's a bottom shelf here of a wide, thick, deep bookcase that's just crammed with books. And on a lark, one day, I decided to just take a stack of them out and talk about them, and I didn't really realize how big a task this is to finish, but we're working our way along. We'll keep at it. So we're going to do this next stack and see what's here. We can talk about. Okay, and this first one is it's a tiny little novella by Hermann Hesse. These old Bantam paperbacks with the white covers with the originally commissioned artwork on them. I wish I had them all. I once did. I don't understand why this author has not been seized and revised in a major way in America. I don't understand why that is. He's perfect for America. This was, it's just a little slim thing about a novella really about the passing of youth. The main character is feckless and rootless and and as me sainted Ma used to say, in for a rude awakening. And that's kind of how Hesse viewed himself in the period between when he was writing, youthful poems and wistful little things, and when he was starting to embark on a string of serious novels. And the serious novels, I don't think maybe even half of them are in print. I think what we need, just in general, not just for this author, but just in general, what we need is a superstar German translator along the lines of Peviar and Volokonsky for Russia. Imagine what could happen if that happened. Oh my! But anyway, I don't know that I can really recommend this. It's a workmanlike. I don't even know if the translator was credited in these old books. Oh, yeah, Ralph Mannheim. It's workmanlike. I don't know that if you read it, you would have any desire to read the author again, or think that the author was capable of writing Magister Ludi or Steppenwolf. But anyway, this next one looks really old. It's just a very old hardcover. So what is this? Oh, okay. Great. This is the Works of Horace from 1855. And it's the Odes and Epodes of Horace, all translated into just very simple prose, no attempt at verse. But what I like about this volume is that it's covered in notes by a classical scholar, so that you can. The last time I read my way through this from front to back, I didn't even look at the translations. I just read the notes, which are fascinating. So great. Don't know what it's doing out here. A popular refrain in this library tour: when this is all over, when we have made our way through this whole thing, I clearly need to reimagine this whole thing. All of my Horace should be together in one place, and it isn't. It's scattered all over the place, and I don't know why. All of my science fiction should be together instead of scattered everywhere. I should know exactly how many doubles I have of every book, and I don't. We're bound to come across doubles today. So anyway, let's see here. Okay, this next one is, we've seen this, they're scattered all over, they should be together. This is The Journeys of McGill Faye, this is book 3, Lava, by Kevin O'Donnell. A series of science fiction novels that are just terrific about a young man who is a flinger. He's wearing the signature flinger energy jacket there, who can teleport things or people from one spot to another without crossing the intervening distance, and that makes flingers very popular in terms of commerce and transportation and whatnot. They're sought after mutants for what they can do, and that's the setting for these books, in which O'Donnell tells the story of McGill Faye, who is a flinger who is sort of unconventional. He has adventures, and I just love the series. I really do. I wish that O'Donnell had continued it, and I wish that somebody would reprint it in one big, nice volume. That would be great. The next one is a penguin. Oh, no, it's a Pelican Classic. Oh, fantastic. What is this doing out here? Oh, my. All right. This is the complete works of George Savile, Marquess of Halifax, who was 17th century dandy and gadabout and writer and thinker, and who wrote a wonderful short piece on King Charles II, and he also wrote a thing called The Character of a Trimmer. I don't think he's in print anymore. This volume collects everything that he wrote, has a ton of great scholarly apparatus. Halifax was a deeper thinker than he let on. The volume has lots of interesting stuff in it. It shouldn't be out here, buried on a bottom shelf. It should be where I can get at it. It should be somewhere else. I'm going to rework these books, and then these imbalances will be solved. Okay, the next one is another double. We've seen this before, even in this library tour. This is Satan, His Psychotherapy and Cure by the unfortunate Dr. Kessler, JSPS, in which a psychiatrist analyzes Satan. But a lot of other things happen, too. The novel has a fantastic, morally ambiguous villain. It has the Jewish mother from hell. It has a bunch of other stuff too. It's just a delight from start to finish. What is? Oh, great, fantastic! Oh, this is where this is. How wonderful! This is a book that I got from Penguin in 2014. This is Susan Schillinglaw on reading The Grapes of Wrath. I got this little thing. It's just about the size of a mass market paperback. I got it, and at the time that I got it, I've never been the biggest Steinbeck fan, and I think The Grapes of Wrath has a whole lot of hot air pumped into it, and that opinion might change. I might come around to the whole of The Grapes of Wrath. I certainly know every detail about how it was written, and it was written legitimately. It was written by inches, as they say. But I got this, and I thought, well, obviously it's not really for me. Maybe I can find somebody to review it. And then I read it, and it's electrically good. Just fantastic. One of the best books on a book that I've ever read. I think I reviewed it. If I did, if I remember, I'll find it down. I'll put the link down below. But if you are reading John Steinbeck, if he's one of your favorites, this is a book you really should read. It's terrific. Look at that. Only one book away from its counterpart. This is another novel by, what do we got here? We've got Jeremy Levin here. This is his other novel. This is Creator. Only not in the Peter O'Toole, Mariel Hemingway movie cover version that we saw before. This was the original paperback with a dancer's leg sticking out from an egg and some original artwork in the gatefold. And this is the story of Harry Walper, who, among many, many other stories taking place in the book, he is both tormenting his fictional character, Boris Lafkin, and also trying to regrow his dead wife from cells. And it's terrific. Just terrific. The Cosmopolitan blurb on the cover of this edition says, "A tragiplastic masterpiece crammed with lovemaking, weeping, and wonderful jokes. Don't miss it." I wholeheartedly agree with all of that. What is this next one? Oh my, oh goodness. All right, this is a series from a while ago. This is Christopher Morris, The Tudors. Fontana Books did a series of the Tudors, the Stuarts, the four Georges, from Hanover to Windsor, the Anglo-Saxon kings, and all the volumes are great. It's like they gave the brief to historians and writers and said, well, okay, you've got about 220 pages. And most of the writers, instead of digging in and doing any kind of scholarship, just wrote sparkling prose on the subject. I don't know if this is... this is absolutely covered in underlinings and marginalia, because it's that kind of a book, and they all are in this series. Wow, fantastic. Okay, the Tudors, okay, all right. Here we have the Stuarts. This is J.P. Kenyon, who was also the editor of the complete works of Halifax. This is the same thing. Different. I think one of these is a UK Halifax or Fontana, and the other is an American. The binding on this one is much worse. This will come apart if I were to reread it. Do you mind? Do you mind? Here, come see your fans. There you go. Oh, there's my girl. Yes. We're down in puppy territory, but we're due for a puppy nap. So somebody's getting a little bit fractious, but we don't have long to go here. So this next one, okay, is another double. We've seen this. This is The Reluctant God by Pamela Service, in which a teenage girl encounters a revived super hottie Egyptian mummy. And hijinks ensue. It's quite enjoyable. And what's... Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, all right. All right, this is by a first water pulp hack writer named Charles Wilson, and this is his book Extinct, which is about, say it with me now, a giant killer shark. From the Gulf of Mexico's warm, shallow waters to the deepest parts of the Pacific, terror comes to the surface. Wonderful. Okay. Due for a rereading this summer, I think. Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking at this. Now we have the last two in this stack are both duplicates, both things we've seen before. This is Retief at Large by Keith Laumer, a big collection of his short stories about Retief, who is a two-fisted diplomat who prefers to settle problems with a gun or with a sarcastic quip, set in a science fiction future in which there are bad guys who have eye stalks instead of eyes and who wear loud Bermuda shorts. And it's just Keith Laumer cutting up and having fun. I don't know if you find any a Retief collection. The novels, I think he wrote a couple of Retief novels, and they don't hold together as well as the short stories. But the short stories are delightful, mindless fun, if you find them. And then the last one for this time around is The Blue-Eyed Shawn by Stephen Becker. A really smart adventure novel about an expat American in Asia that's just... It has a cover board by John Irving, and the book never lets you down. I really need to reread him as well. All of his books are fantastic, but The Blue-Eyed Shawn is his masterpiece. A shame that it's forgotten. But anyway, that is it for now in this Puppy Territory Library Tour. We've done another stack. We have many more stacks to go. But in the meantime, I will sign off for now, and I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.